He was recently released from jail. He had been in prison for 5 years as a convicted sex offender. Yes, a sexual predator.
No.
Now,
look at my mic stand.
what? Oh, fancy.
All right. Yeah. So today we're talking about Christian dating sites, apps. What? I don't know.
Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, Christian dating. I loved how you were like sounding all perky and optimistic. Christian dating.
I told my partner this is what we were talking about. And he was like, oh, Christian Mingle? I was like, yeah. And probably some of the others. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. So many others, Britt. So many others. Like when I started just doing a search online, I mean, I'd heard of maybe 4 or 5 different ones.
Yeah.
So many Christian dating sites and apps and whatnot. Kind of ridiculous. I put some feelers out there for people to tell me their stories, and they pretty much everyone was just like, don't do it. That was all I got. Yeah, it's awful. They're like, you can find more people on regular dating apps and less creepy people. And that
really?
Yes. Oh,
so
some
the
of these
sites are filled with creepers? Please tell.
Oh, yes. So let me rewind about 10 years, right after my divorce, when I was first back in the dating pool. And naive little Kristen thought, oh, I want to find a good Christian man.
Good Christian guy.
Yes.
Who's got his life together.
That's right. And so I joined Christian Mingle. And I also joined Match and just set my preferences for like Christian and
okay. Yes.
But Christian Mingle is where I encountered the most men that were just obnoxiously sexual and gross.
What?
And yes, just very flagrantly sexually aggressive.
Ooh, that's fascinating. Why would that be? Maybe because this whole purity culture thing?
Yeah. And, there's so many more scammers on those sites. There's scammers on every single dating site, period.
But they're assuming that there's so many vulnerable, naive Christian ladies out there.
That's right. That's exactly what they're out there doing. So
whose entire job is to please them sexually. So why would they not be
as
eliciting?
We found out during the purity culture podcast.
Yes.
Like, my job is to be used by men for their sexual pleasure.
My body is yours. How can I please you? How may I submit to you in all of your sexual needs?
Without complaining or just going along because they are your man. They are the head of the household. Yikes. So this is how naive I was. When I first joined Christian Mingle, I, put a variety of photos on my profile, looking fun, traveling, one dressed up, a couple full body pics, plenty smiling, showing off my cute little dimples. And then I thought, I want to show my playful personality. So there's this picture of me sitting at my desk with my feet propped up on the desk, and my feet are bare.
No.
And yeah, you know where this is going. And a friend had taken a Sharpie and drawn little happy faces on all of my toe pads. And so I thought, that's really cute. That just shows that I'm just lighthearted and fun and playful. Well, that's not the kind of play-in that the men were looking for, apparently. I got
Were they
more comments on my feet.
Your feet.
Than anything else. And so many requests of what they would like me to do with my feet for them.
So gross.
There were some of the guys that were just like, if we go out, can you please wear pantyhose and let me rub your feet under the table? There were those guys.
Oh.
And
God. What is it with men
that was
and
so
feet?
Mild compared to some of the others.
Okay. What was the weirdest request?
Well,
it couldn't have been the pantyhose.
No, most of them wanted to like have sex while sucking my toes. That was a big one. Let me suck on your toes while I'm banging you. Was kind of a thing.
Wow.
And they wanted to make sure I was flexible enough to handle
You would
that.
have to be. Yeah.
Yeah. Then there was how well do those toes grip? Can you give me a foot job as opposed to a hand job? There was a lot of that. Yeah, send me pictures, send me more pictures of your feet. Just
did anybody offer to pay? I mean, I'm not giving this out for free. You know what I'm saying?
Right. That's when I decided, gosh, I could really make a good side hustle selling shots of my feet.
And now you can support yourself and your 2 sons, so it's fine.
Right. Just dirty feet pics. Some of them dirty, some of them very clean and suckable. Who knows? Yeah.
Some guys like to suck on the dirty toes.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was my virgin experience with online Christian dating. So I avoided Christian Mingle for a good long time.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, I did.
I mean, did you have on your profile, like, I'm a Christian, these are my beliefs, like, whatever?
Well,
were the guys, they have them too?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So when you sign up for most of these Christian apps, I don't know, I've only signed up for 3 of them over the years. So 2 more recently, just for the sake of this podcast. But when when you sign up for them, you have to give like a statement of faith. So yeah.
Okay.
They're trying to weed out the non-believers.
That's right.
So
I'm sure that really helps.
Yeah. Oh, right. It weeds out basically everyone born in these United States and speaks fluent English is basically what it weeds out.
Well,
there's just so many scammers overseas. Well, there's scammers here locally.
BTK is a Christian. President of his church.
Yes, he was.
So sure, he could sign that.
Absolutely.
Yes, I'm a believer.
Absolutely. I mean, both of our husbands.
I just also like to tie up women and murder them. Bind, torture, and kill.
There's that.
So,
yeah.
There's
that. So, yeah. So I stayed away for a little while, but I thought it would be fun to come back to it, given our podcast and discussing the what the ifs that Christians do for the sake of Jesus.
Yes.
And so, so I started looking back into all of these Christian dating apps. And the big ones nowadays, Christian Mingle is still probably the hottest. Okay, but I was not about to sign up for that again. I wanted to experience something else. So I signed up for Upward.
Oh, yes, that's one I recently heard about.
Yeah, and
Upward.
Equally Yoked.
No. Oh, man. That's hilarious.
Yes. So
Of
I didn't end
course.
up paying for Equally Yoked.
Equally
I just got to
Yoked.
go on and browse, and of course it's the same dingbats on every site. But I did pay for Upward. I went ahead and sprung for like the $45 for 3 months.
Ooh,
I know.
okay.
What
Now,
I
what
won't
did
do
that
for the
get
sake
you?
of this podcast.
It could have
What did
gotten
it
you a
get?
man, Kristen. That would have been
It
worth
could have.
$45.
Well, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure there were some men on there
yeah.
posing as other men. Yeah. So what I realized pretty much right away is that a lot of the overseas scammers steal the profiles of gay men from other sites, and then they pose as, they make up a name for that person and create an account. But they steal like profile photos of gay men because
They're hot.
And this is why.
And built.
Yeah, because they dress nicely. Their hair is done. They smile. Yeah.
Yeah.
They know how to put together a good profile, whereas
with no motorcycles, gym pics,
yes,
or stupid dead fish or deer like every single other man on any dating profile ever.
Single man on dating profile.
With
you've nailed it.
Gym pic and his kill.
Yeah. Yeah. Or else the bathroom pic with the shower curtain behind you. There's always that one.
Yes. Yes, there's the bathroom pic.
Taking a photo of yourself in the mirror in the bath.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But you know what? I will say on Upward, there was one gentleman that went a step beyond with the bathroom pic. He was in clearly a public restroom because it had, stalls, aluminum stalls or whatever.
Okay.
And he had his shirt off in the public restroom and was taking photos
in front of the urinals.
Yeah.
Nice. His shirt off.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Was he do you have a nice body? No, he didn't. But if somebody walks in and sees this guy standing there with his shirt off, he's definitely thinking he's there for.
Right. Right. Well, who's he looking to hook up with? Because it ain't Christian women at that point.
Not the Christian Mingle.
It's the little boys that wander into the potty by themselves. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. So gross. Why? Why even? Just why? So.
I mean.
But that's no different than any other dating site, Christian or non. But the fact that there's just so many scammers on these Christian sites that are just, they're like, I can pray. I can so easily pray on these
Have
women.
you heard of Gypsy Rose Blanchard?
Yeah.
Just got out of prison, right? Yeah. Okay, well.
Yeah, she met her boyfriend on a Christian dating site.
Yes. Who murdered her mother for her.
Yeah. Because he's in love.
Go to John or whatever his name is. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Go to John.
Dating.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was true love.
Can you hear my dogs going nuts? Okay. It was true love.
It was true love. And they had their first sexual encounter in the movie theater bathroom while she was dressed up like a princess.
That is amazing.
It's very romantic.
That's so romantic. Oh,
so romantic.
Yeah.
Maybe she gave him a little footy.
Maybe she did. But she took off her princess slippers long enough.
Her glass slippers and a good grip. A little footy. She gave him a little footy.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. So here's just a rundown of a few of the apps that are out there right now. Okay. Christian Mingle, we talked about. Upward, we talked about. Equally Yoked, we talked about. Arc is one of them. Their tagline is built to get you married. For real.
No. Built to get you married.
Yes. At least it didn't say mated. Like mating up the animals on the
yes.
ark.
To get you mated, to save you from the flood of singledom.
That's right.
Good
There's
God.
too many fish in that sea. Brittany, we need to put you on the ark where it's safe.
Yes.
Yikes. Okay. CDFF is a popular one.
What's that
which
stand
stands for Christian Dating for Free.
Oh, it's a free one. Right. There's
well, they
a
all say
lot
they're
of
for
really
free.
quality individuals on that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I'm just going to the one I can get for free. I just want a free wife.
Right. Yeah. That's where you find the best fellas, the ones that aren't willing to even spend $19.99 a month to find a quality woman.
Wife.
They're like, no, I need a free one. That one actually boasts that it's conservative Christian dating. It goes a step beyond being Christian dating and says it is conservative.
Well, that was my
Christian
question
dating.
because there are a lot of people that call themselves Christians, like Catholics and Seventh-day Adventists and, cults.
Right. Yeah.
How do we weeding out the weirdos?
Yeah. By conservative Christian dating.
Conservative. That's right. Evangelical,
On
conservative,
CDFF.
fundamental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great.
And then there's Christian Match, which is for older Christian singles. So maybe that's the one I ought to try. I am over 50 now. So
you have to be over 50 to join that one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I also qualify for silver singles and Our Time and some of the other great dating apps for old people. Our Time. Yes. It's our time now.
Speaking of which, I don't know if I talked about this on our podcast, but do you know that I was on vacation a couple weeks ago?
Yes.
And I went to the Villages down in Florida.
Oh, yes. Yes, the retirement community down there.
Big community for 55 plus, and the hooking up and the dancing and the hitting on each other.
Were they dirty dancing? Were they like
Yes!
bumping and grinding?
Yes. And this is like
wow,
a crowd that was probably 70 plus. It's amazing.
Sorry,
do you know they have their little loofah system? Have you heard of that? I was looking for loofahs and I didn't see anything.
Loofahs?
Yes.
Do they hang a loofah on their door if
on their golf carts?
Don't come a knocking if you're
No.
What?
Yeah, they all drive around in little
is for
golf
swingers or something?
They have a whole color code system.
Oh, shite.
Depending on what you like and what you do.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I need to cruise around.
They get a bad reputation. They're actually, the whole place is amazing. I love it so much. But the reputation is that it's one of the largest communities of STD, like the population of STDs in the United States.
All just transmitted by all these elderly people just going at it nonstop.
What do we need protection anymore for? I'm not getting pregnant.
They're like, nobody's having a baby. Yeah.
We're just having fun. Yeah, I'm going to die anyway.
Right. Might as well
it's really fun.
Get mine.
Okay. Yeah. So anyway, that's great. Okay.
But it's not Christian based.
No.
Is it?
There are Christian communities. No, it's not. No.
I mean, is it Christian? There's Christian communities within the Villages?
Yes. Oh, okay. There are a bunch of churches, a bunch of clubs that are Christian and stuff. And I'm sure they're having fun too.
No, I'm sure they are. I'm sure the sex is just as rampant in the Christian communities as it is. Yeah, because they're not waiting for marriage at that point. You know what I'm saying? They ain't 70 and like...
No, been there, done that. I waited.
You're not getting any until... Yeah.
I had my time of abstaining, so yeah.
Right.
Okay, this is
now we'll just fight off the syphilis and call it a day. Okay.
Head to those pearly gates.
That's right. Okay, so back to the apps. Okay, Christian Cafe. I don't know.
Okay.
C match. Little
Which
C,
I'm
big
sure
match.
stands for
Christian. Yeah. Salt.
of
Like
the earth.
you are the salt of the earth kind of
Yeah.
a thing.
Uh-huh.
Christian Cupid.
Okay.
Christian connection. And cross paths.
Okay.
These are the ones that I found. So,
Oh gosh.
back to Upward, because this is the one I joined. So, yeah, you have
And
to
when
give your
was
little
this? Is this
uh
recent? Oh, you paid the
it
money for this one.
I paid the money for it.
Okay.
It must have been before Christmas. It's now expired. I only paid for the 3 months, and it's now
Okay.
expired. But it was probably before Christmas. Whenever I was first talking to you about doing this
You
Christian
sent
dating.
me that screen recording
Oh,
of
yeah.
that guy. I don't even
Which
remember
one?
now. I know it was so
Okay,
bad.
so yeah, within the first couple hours after joining Upward, I had some 26-year-old kid. I had a lot of
That's
20-something-year-olds contact me.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. You were
And
screenshotting his messages.
yes. So basically, these young guys are hitting up these older women to be their sugar mamas.
He wants a mama.
He's like, I need somebody to put me through college, or pay off my
Well, I'm a
student
young
loans.
Christian boy whose mommy has only ever taken care of him, enabled him, and cleaned up after him because he's the head of the household, never has to do anything, and never had to learn how to do anything. So now he needs a mommy to take care of him.
Well, you pretty much hit the nail right on the head. So,
yeah, see it all the time.
Our conversation went on for hours between me and this young man. And I was just really trying to get him to confess to wanting a sugar mama. And he finally did come out and say it towards the end there.
You were leading that guy on too. It was so great.
I was
Yeah.
like, you could come up here and, what would I do with you while you're here? And all these things. But, it was really just absurd. It was absurd.
And at no point was he like, ma'am, these are not.
This is creepy or gross.
Yeah, this is not,
No, he was
Christ-like
totally pushing
behavior.
it forward. No, he was like, I'll do whatever you want. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, gross. So finally, what it came down to is I was like, dude, I'm just messing with you. I'm not interested in you at all. And he's like, are you serious? He was like, really? You're not even attracted to me? And I said, oh, honey, there is nothing you can't do for me that I can't get from a cheap vibrator. And so he took offense to that and blocked me. Yeah.
What do you mean? The D is not special?
Right. But mine is young. No. That just means you can't go as long. No thanks, buddy. Nope, not interested. Yeah, not interested. Oh, goodness. But see, on Upward, like when you're creating your profile, they have these stickers that they let you put on your main profile pic to kind of give an insight into your personality or whatever. So some of them are like pet lover or single parent or volunteer. And then others are like scripture scrolling and gym rat and I love tattoos. And still yet others were NFT investor. So like cryptocurrency investor.
What?
Yes. You can put a little sticker on your app for cryptocurrency. Oh, Brittany, clearly you haven't been on many of these dating sites. Because there's all the crypto
No.
guys on there, trying to
What?
get people to invest in crypto. Yeah.
Oh my god. No, I'm so glad I'm out of that scene.
Yeah. No.
Ugh.
Another sticker
Foot
was,
fetish.
oh yeah, that's what
Serial
should have been on
killer.
there. No, there was another sticker for Netflix and chill on the Christian app. And it's like a little picture of a couch. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm like, you do know
You're gonna
what
put that one.
Netflix and chill means, right? I'm like,
No, what's
it
Netflix and
means,
chill mean?
for reals, you don't know?
No.
Netflix and chill means come over and let's have sex. Like casual hookup. Netflix
No.
and chill. Yes, it does. How have you been using it? Not concerned for you.
Probably in every conversation. What? I think I had it on my dating app at one time.
Oh, Lord. Huh.
It's a slang term used as a euphemism for sexual activity.
Yeah.
Casual
It's for
sex.
hookup culture. They're Netflixing and chilling all over the villages. In Florida.
I learned something new today. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Has it always meant that?
Yes, Brittany. It has always meant that. Since like the invention of Netflix,
I feel
it has meant that. You're lucky you haven't been raped multiple times over on.
I've probably been like with my kids, like, hey, come on over to the house. Let's Netflix and chill. To my kids or friends or
And they're
something. I
probably
mean,
like,
I don't know.
oh,
I'm like,
Mom.
we're going to watch Netflix and hang out on the couch and eat some popcorn.
Yeah, that ain't what it means, love. That ain't what it means.
I'm so old.
Oh, you poor
And
thing.
out of it. I used to be relevant, Kristen. I used to be relevant.
I hear ya. I was like an art student. I worked at a record store. Just to say record store shows how old I am. But I worked at a record store and I was so cool.
I know. So on top of it.
I was so freaking cool. Now, here I am sitting in my son's dungeon in our basement recording a podcast with my friend about Netflix and chill on upward dating sites. Yeah. So there's that.
That's really funny though, now that I know that's one of the stickers. See, they didn't know it either. They thought it was just, we're going to hang out and eat popcorn. It's a fun date night activity.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's fun, all right.
Yeah, I like how you're raising your eyebrows like that. Hubba, hubba, hubba.
Hubba, hubba, hubba.
That's a fun date night activity. To get some on the couch. Yeah. Oh, and there's one more great sticker that you can put on your profile page, and it is Chick-fil-A is number 1.
Of course.
Little Chick-fil-A sign and like
with
the number 1. Yeah. Chick-fil-A's number 1. So you know that you're a good Christian.
If you have that on your picture.
Yeah. If you're...
I support Chick-fil-A
Mm-hmm.
and all of their conservative stances against the gays.
Against the gay. Every single episode, we have to blame everything on the gays.
Yes. Try to make sure we get this into every episode. Yes.
Yes. Along with, what's his name? Greasy Finger guy.
Oh, I know.
Jerry Falwell.
Your guy. I know. It's your,
Jerry.
College.
Oh, no. He ain't my guy.
You go to his college.
Well.
He's your guy.
He is not my guy.
You are paying money to him for him to give you a degree.
He's dead, Brittany. He's dead. So I'm not paying any money to him. But I'm paying to his foundation or whatever.
I know. It's fine. It's fine.
Honestly, I started going to Liberty like what's it called? When you
transferred.
Nah, I didn't transfer there. I applied. Jeez. See, I am old. See how old my brain is?
Applied. What's that thing called when you put in
When
an
you
application?
sign
What
up
do you
and
call it?
when you write your name on a thing and turn it into a thing.
And then
And
email
then
it
they
somewhere.
tell you yes or no. What's that called? Apply.
Right.
Okay.
Or
So
you
when
put
I
it through a little
applied,
fax machine and it sends over to right.
Yeah. No, I applied to Liberty because my cousin had gotten an advanced degree there. And she was like, I love it. You should apply here. They've got a great counseling program. And I'm like, okay. So I looked into it and they did have a great counseling program. It's huge.
Yeah.
And so
It
I'm
can
like,
be good.
okay.
Yeah.
So
And it sounds like you're learning good stuff, so it's fine.
I really am. I mean, it is accredited. It's fully nationally accredited.
It's important.
So, yeah, yes, it is.
I've seen a lot of those Christian counselor programs out there that are not accredited,
Right.
not any kind of regulatory board in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
It's very concerning. So
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Those cranking those people out, and where are they headed? That's scary. Yes. So I didn't even know, though, that Liberty was associated with Jerry Falwell
Yeah.
until I started classes and they were like, let us introduce you to the Jerry Falwell Library. And I'm like, what? What now? Talk about Christian dating sites. I'm sure the Liberty campus is quite a conservative Christian melting pot or meat market, rather.
Okay. Well, please tell us about some of the dates that you've been on with quote unquote Christian.
Yes. Okay.
Individuals.
So the most memorable, granted, Brittany, it's not like I'm going out on dates willy-nilly. I don't want to go out and get myself killed. So I'm very particular with who I actually will date. It has to be somebody that I think that, there might actually be a chance, So I don't want to be stalked
you did go
or
out with
murdered.
the guy who wanted to start the cult. You actually went out with him.
I did. Yes, I did.
Was there not very much vetting before that one? Of anybody that would have killed you. This guy was psycho.
He didn't talk about wanting to start the cult until
the date.
He still denies actually wanting to start a cult. He still just calls it, I want to start a Bible study where I teach the scripture as I understand it.
Well, of course. No cult leader says they're going to start a cult.
I'm like,
wait, you're still in contact with this guy?
No. No.
What do you?
He's long since
mean?
blocked.
He's still. I thought you said he still denies.
Okay, well, still by the time that I blocked him.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
of course he would have.
Yeah. No, this was last summer. Okay, so this is how that went down. Let me just tell you. About the nice Christian man that I met on.
First of all, give us a brief physical description.
6'7".
What?
6'7".
And you were hoping to not get murdered? 6'7" cult leader who wanted you to be his little wife in the basement. Holy hell.
He didn't lead with that, Brittany. He led with normal stuff. None of the crazy came out until the first date. And that was only a little bit. And then we had planned a second date. And it was in between the first and second date when I got access to his Facebook profile and started scrolling. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I started questioning him about some of this stuff, and it all kind of unraveled.
So in the
So
first date, it all was still pretty normal at that point.
pretty normal. There was a little bit of oddness, but I'm like, okay. So we did end up going on the second date because
you
we had
did
already
anyway?
we planned the second date before we went on the first date. So we had planned a second date, then we decided to go ahead and meet up before then. Okay. So
After you'd already stalked this guy and seen the weirdness. Okay, is this like a skinny beanpole of a 6'7" guy, or is he
No.
like a bigger guy, facial hair, kind of like a intimidating presence kind of a guy?
No facial hair. He was like medium build for a guy that's 6'7".
Yeah,
He
goodness.
wasn't like broad linebacker, but he wasn't
Okay.
like, spaghetti man either.
Okay.
So, but yeah, he could have totally subdued me if he wanted to. Right? I
Glad
mean,
he didn't.
somebody that large? Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so
Okay.
I'm chatting with this guy, and he, presents himself as, he has knowledge of scripture, and he seems really sweet and, very intelligent and articulate, which are things that I'm highly attracted to. Intelligence and articulate.
Yes.
And so anyway, and we kind of shared some humor, and so I'm like, okay, yeah, he seems like he might be worth meeting. And so we decided, well, let's, like I said, we had scheduled a date for like the following weekend, which was like still a week away. We had scheduled an outing. But then we decided, you know what? Let's just go ahead and meet for dinner tonight. Let's go meet for dinner. This was after like a couple days of chatting
Get out of the
online
way.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just find out.
Yep.
Sooner the better. So we meet at a restaurant. We drive separately. You don't ever,
Public
ever,
place.
ever
No.
meet, like, tell
And
somebody
drive
where
together.
you live.
No.
Yeah. You don't drive together. You drive separately. You meet at a very public place. And a lot of times, if they pull up next to me, I take a photo of their license plate and I text it to someone.
That's great. Yeah. Great idea. You have to protect yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I won't ever get in their car.
Yeah.
So we meet at the restaurant. He's, funny and charming and smart, and, we're having a good time. We're laughing and la la la.
You would even say he
eating.
was charismatic.
I would say he was charismatic.
Mm-hmm.
He was. And then he was like, when we were choosing our options off the menu, I think I said,
Did he order
do you want
for
to get
you?
this? No, he didn't.
Okay.
He didn't. I'm sure that would have come later once he controlled me.
Yes.
But for now, he was, allowing me my own free will for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I did choose an item that had like bacon on it or something. I don't know if it was, I don't forget what I had.
Okay.
I think I had something with Brussels sprouts, like roasted Brussels sprouts, and it had like bacon crumbles or something.
Yeah.
And he said,
great.
oh, I don't eat any pork. And I'm like, are you Seventh-day Adventist? What exactly are you? He said, no, I'm non-denominational, but just in my own study of scripture, I feel like we are not supposed to eat pork. And I'm like, well, I'm going to eat pork.
He missed
so
all of
the New Testament.
The sheet coming down and all of the animals and everything is now permissible. He missed all of those scriptures, but
yeah,
that's fine.
So
right. I'm going to eat my bacon. Did you just sit there and eat your bacon and enjoy it?
Oh,
in
yeah,
front of
absolutely.
Him? I love it.
I was like, well, I'm going to eat bacon. And he said he also practices the Sabbath. So he doesn't usually go anywhere, definitely doesn't work on a Saturday, but he won't
doesn't
spend
walk
money
more than 20 feet.
on
Right.
a Saturday
This
either.
guy.
So he won't, buy or trade goods or whatever on a Saturday. I'm like, okay, so that's not what I practice. And that's not
Right.
how I see Sabbath, observing the Sabbath. I see it more as a time to rest and enjoy your life and, not toil yourself
Yeah.
to the bone. So as long as it's spent doing things that bring you relaxation and joy and, renewal, refreshing your soul,
So
no
how did you
problem.
get to this guy wanting to start? He wanted to start his own church? He wanted to do what?
Well, he said he didn't want to start his own church, Brittany.
Okay.
That's what he said. Of course,
He
that's not
does
the
not
direction he
want
was
to.
going. Okay, so the first date, a few little and I'm like, well, I don't really agree with those things. And he's like, he's like, it's fine, it's fine. We can figure that out later.
Uh,
And
uh,
in our conversations later that week, I was like, he kept saying, we can figure that out later. We can figure that out later. And I said, you know what? I know what we can figure that out later means. It means eventually I think I can turn you to my way of thinking. And
yes,
I'm
that's
like,
so
that ain't
right.
gonna happen. That ain't gonna
Yeah.
happen, friend. Because
Yeah.
there's
Once
nothing
I
you
get my
can
claws in
say
you.
that's gonna convince me that your interpretation of this scripture is accurate.
Ooh, I bet he didn't like
So
that.
no, he didn't. So we went on this second date and I had thought about canceling, but I didn't. And we kind of browsed this art fair and blah blah blah, and then he let me pay for things because it was the Sabbath.
No.
Yeah.
So no. So
He
he
let me
went
pay.
with you.
Yeah.
He would
But
go with you, but he couldn't buy anything. So
he couldn't
he
buy
let
anything.
you pay for
Yeah,
everything.
so I
Wow,
paid
what a gentleman.
for our
Yeah.
refreshments and our lunch and stuff. So which was, it was fine because he had paid for our first dinner together, which was far more expensive. So I'm like, it's totally fine. That's reciprocal.
Yeah.
But afterwards he was like, I need to tell you a story. Can I tell you my testimony? I'm like, oh boy.
Here
Here it comes.
it
So
comes.
I'm going to try to make this short for the sake of you and the listeners. But this is what it boils down to.
Give us a Cliff Notes.
He was recently released from jail. He had been in prison for 5 years as a convicted sex offender. Yes, a sexual predator.
No.
Not a
I
sexual
was
predator of
kidding.
younger. No, you were spot on. He wasn't a sexual predator of younger kids that he told me. He was like a voyeur. He was peeping Tom and took photos of women in their homes undressing without their knowledge.
A good thing he doesn't eat pork.
Right, good thing.
He probably wasn't
That's
doing
what's
that
gonna
on the
save his
Sabbath.
soul.
Right.
Yeah.
I wasn't, voying on the Sabbath.
Right. So in prison, Brittany, that's where
He was
he
saved.
met Jesus.
Yep.
And he started a Bible study in prison. And then he started doing a lot of studying of scripture on his own, he said. Well, it turns out on his own, quote unquote, means watching TikTok videos of like weirdo right-wing people
Right.
posting their wackadoo interpretation of scripture.
Again.
So he was telling me all these scriptures, Old
Please,
Testament.
What was your face? What were you saying when this guy okay, where were you, first of all? Were you still at the fair?
No, we were sitting in my car. And
Oh,
he's telling
no.
me this 2-hour story because he wanted to make sure that I understood exactly what he was doing to get caught and go to prison. He was married at the time, grant you. He was married at the time and was taking photos of, like, perverse photos of women without their knowledge, and
And
he
he
had saved them
admitted that
all on
he
his
was doing that,
phone. Yeah.
and it was wrong,
Mhm.
but he was saved.
Yeah. But he said some of the charges they brought against me were just not right. They just brought all these charges against me, and I was able to get a lot of them dropped, but then I went to prison on X, Y, and Z, you know. And now I'm on the um
Sex offenders,
sexual
oh my
registry. And
god.
he was like,
That
"So
should
I live in this apartment that can't be
definitely
close
be
to a."
what you
Yeah,
lead with when you're gonna go on
right.
a date with somebody.
Well, he didn't want to turn me off from him too soon, you know. There's no, as far as I'm aware, there's no sex predator felon app where you can date only sex felons.
Don't they do a background check on these people? They don't, do they?
No, not
Oh
even close. No, no, no.
gosh.
So, yeah, so we have this lengthy discussion. Of course, we're sitting in my car in, like, a parking lot, and
Yeah.
I don't want to be, like, freaking like, I don't want
Get
to
out of
show
my
that I'm
car.
freaking out because
Right.
because he's huge, right? So he could totally overpower me or, knock me on the head, and that'd be that. And I'm like, I don't know that he's not going to take my corpse and rape me, who knows what kind of things that this man does.
I
So,
mean, yeah, there's plenty of things that he could do before he kills you. I
correct.
mean,
Yeah.
oh
So,
my
I'm
gosh.
playing it cool, and I'm like, okay, sure, I
We can
understand.
work that out.
I don't think I quite said that, but yeah, I'm like,
We can work
thank you
this out
for
at some
telling me the
point. Yeah.
truth.
Uh-huh.
Yes, okay, I see. I see your side of it. And
Secretly pressing 911.
right. So finally, I'm like, it's getting late. I gotta go, And so he continues texting me the next day, and I'm telling him, I don't think this is right for
Mm-mm.
me. And he's like, but you got to understand that I know Jesus, and and I'm going to start this Bible study, and I've been fully redeemed. And okay, time out. First of all, people can be fully redeemed. I believe that. However, am I going to chance my life on it?
Nope.
No way.
No.
No
No.
way.
Isn't it so scary to think that he had that. He
Mm-hmm.
had just come out of prison
Mm-hmm.
for some really
Like 6
shady
months prior. Yeah.
stuff,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
sick
Mm-hmm.
stuff,
Yeah.
and you were on a second date with this guy. I think that's the scariest
Yeah.
part is you really don't know
Well, the
people.
scariest part is I am so particular about who I am willing to go out
Right, to
with.
spend time with.
I'm
And
like,
he
nope,
got
nope, nope,
through
nope, nope.
all
I
of
nope about, 99.9% of people I come across in the dating apps. I'm just a quick nope,
Yeah,
nope, nope.
and this one
And
made it through.
this one made it through days worth of conversations, and until I felt comfortable enough to give him my phone number so we could text and then meet up. Yeah. And then this. Of course,
Oh.
given my marriage record about who I ended up marrying, then I guess this is par for the course, but
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I definitely did not have a good picker for a long time.
yeah.
Oh, jeez.
So,
Well, girls, gentlemen, if you are on the dating apps, be careful.
Oh, right. And if you need some advice about how to set up a decent profile on your dating app, let me know. Because quit it with the gym photos
With your
and
kill,
the
your
right with your
fish.
kill with being shirtless when you're not around any water, with laying back on your pillow with one hand behind your
One
bed
hand
so
up.
you're flexing the muscle, right?
Flexing the muscle and you get your little
Uh-huh.
hair sticking out, your little
Uh-huh.
oh,
Armpit hair.
good.
And yeah. And
Yeah.
I mean, effort,
Well,
fellas.
okay, women do it
Effort.
too, in all
They
fairness.
I suppose they do.
Women
I don't
use a
look at
lot of
theirs.
filters. The puppy
That's what I
face, the
hear.
filters, and
Why? I don't get
don't
it.
do it.
This is what I
No.
hear from men is like, "Oh, wow, these are all pictures of you unfiltered and they're recent." I'm like, "Yeah,
Right.
I only put photos within the last year
Yeah.
because I don't like showing up on a date and the guy looks totally different
Totally
because
different.
it was like 9 years ago." And I'm like, "Where'd all
I
your
have
hair go?"
experienced that too.
And,
Yeah. Yeah. That's not an accurate representation of you.
right. And I'm like, you know
Mhm.
what? 5 years ago, I weighed about 30 pounds less. So I'm not going to post that picture of me. That's false advertising. Yeah,
Right. Yes.
I don't want to do a bait and switch on anyone. I want
Yes.
somebody to be genuinely
Yeah,
interested
attracted
in
to
who
you.
I am. Yeah, I'm like, this is what you're going to get. Not not the guy in the army
Yes.
pic. Why do
I'm
men post their army pic or their college
right.
football pic or something? I'm like, well,
Because
that's
that is the
great that
height
you were
of
hot. Yeah.
masculinity.
I'm like, wow, you were hot once upon a time, but now you're this old slovenly, ogre.
Yeah, but look how
So,
cool I was
right.
in that
I'm like,
uniform.
get over yourself. That's
I
not
can
what I'm
protect you.
getting. So, oh God. Uh-huh. Yeah. Protect me from you. I mean, that's what I need
Voyeur.
protection from is
Oh my
most of the men
god.
on these sites. So I want to read to you a few of the great profiles that I've seen
Oh,
on this
please
site.
do. Yes. And then
Okay.
I will have
So
to
this
jump
is
off
one
of
of
you.
my favorite. This is Jeffrey. And Jeffrey's main profile pic, he's got like a full goatee. Is it at all trimmed or, you know,
Mhm.
styled in any way? No. It's kind of a faded. He's got like faded red hair, and his hair's just going everywhere, and his eyes are half closed, and the shot is kind of up his nose a little bit. But he says, "I am a serious Christian." Oh, mind you, no punctuation in any of this. Just
Okay.
one. Okay. "I am a serious Christian. I saw Jesus face to face in person. I am spirit-filled, born again. I am a faith miracle healer. I am going to own a corporate farm business. It going to be a therapy farm for people who have disabilities. God set me completely free. God set me completely free from being an antichrist. God set me free from being a witch. I was set free from serious trauma and he didn't say and, from serious trauma from sexual abuse. I was set free and completely healed. From disability, I was set free from mental illness. I was set free completely from being satanic." Wow.
Hallelujah.
Set
I
free.
mean, if that's not a testimony, I don't know what is.
Indeed. And most of his photos, Brittany, he is sitting in front of a large bookcase. And on the bookcase are hundreds and hundreds of DVDs. And so I zoomed in on the spines of these DVDs.
No. What do you have?
No. He's such a good Christian. He's
Okay.
got God Is Not
Fireproof?
Dead, Fireproof, Courageous, Soul Surfer, War Room, all of the
Left
great.
Behind movies?
Mm-hmm.
Any Kirk Cameron in there? What's he
Oh,
got?
I'm sure. Something
VeggieTales?
Grace. Oh, I didn't see that. Probably. Yeah.
Are they intermixed with any
Porn or
any exciting?
child?
Yeah, Debbie Does Dallas, kind of anything else?
No. Here's
No.
Finger of God. I
That
don't think it's
could
that
be
kind of fingering.
one.
Miracles, Confessions of a Prodigal Son.
Prodigal Son. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
He sounds like a good.
Okay.
He's been
Yeah.
completely
Well,
set
he's
free.
completely set free. I mean, it does sound like he has a traumatic past, but now he's gonna use all of that for good by being a miracle healer and owning his own corporate farm business. Therapy farm.
I wish him the best. There's someone
Me
for
too.
everyone.
There is. Here's another one. This is an example of the kind of scammers that you get on a lot of these sites. Upward,
Ooh.
especially. Upward was, I don't know if there was anyone legitimately on Upward except me, actually.
I don't think I
might
would
have been
know
the only actual human
if there
on there.
was a scammer or if it was a fake profile. How would you even know? I mean, I don't even know what Netflix and chill means.
It out.
Oh, yeah, how do you know?
You're freaking lost, my friend. Well, mostly because they speak broken English. And two, if you ask them questions, they don't answer them directly because they don't know how. And so they just ask you new questions and compliment you. Most of them start out, they don't ever use your name. They just say, hello,
hey,
gorgeous
beautiful
lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here is Diane, who is 54 and Catholic.
Wait,
this
is
is
Diane
a man.
Guy?
Nope. Oh, yeah.
Diana's a guy?
Yes. So, again, this is what they do. They steal profiles and regurgitate them. Except I think they didn't realize that Diane is a man's name. Because, many of them are foreign. So here is what Diane had to say. How are you doing, sweet and gorgeous woman? That was his opening line.
Oh.
And I say, well, hi. Is your name truly Diane? That's my middle name. So what's your name? I say, Enzo Robert.
Enzo.
I said, is Robert your last name? Yes. I said, you have a photo of yourself holding a microphone. What's that about? At seminar.
Seminar?
What's the seminar about? See, I'm trying to bait him into telling me stuff that he just won't be able to answer. He says, I'm given talk at seminar. Given, G-I-V-E-N, not giving.
I'm given
talk at seminar. I said, what is your primary language? English. I grow up in UK. And then he puts a little UK flag. And I said, what part? Chelsea in London. Okay. Interesting. And what brought you to the US? My dad is from New York. I said,
New York is the only place they know in the United States.
A lot of times when it says, like, what school did you go to? A lot of them say California High School or New York University. Now, New York University is an actual university, but they
only know, New York and California.
Yeah, they're like, California High School. Like, okay. There's maybe like 19,000 high schools in California, but I said, are you interested in having a conversation? He said, can we get off here? I said, no. He said, can we talk on Signal? I said, no, you haven't asked me a single thing about myself yet. He said, we talk on there. We talk on Signal. And then I blocked him.
I love how you just play
So
with these guys. Like, okay,
yeah,
keep this
yeah,
going. It's for your own comedic
it is.
purposes. I
So
love it.
here's another one. Let me find it. I think this might have actually been a legit guy. No, surely not. It must have been a foreigner. This is Andrew, 55, who's a Pentecostal. He says, "Hello, Kristen." He actually used my name, one of the rare ones that
Oh,
used my name. He says, "I must confess, you have a nice, sparkling smile, cute eyes, and lovely hair." How nice is that?
how nice. Wait, he's
Then,
starting out pretty good.
yeah, then he says, "How often do you get your hair done?"
No. How often? That was the question
Yeah.
he started
"Hi,
off with.
Kristen. I must confess you have a nice, sparkling smile, cute eyes, and lovely hair. How often do you
How
get
often do you
your
get
hair
your hair
done?"
done?
So I messaged back, "Hi, Andrew. Thank you for the compliments. Your question is a bit odd. Not intrusive, just a strange opener." I said, "I'm happy to answer you, but first, can I ask you if the frequency of my hair appointments has any bearing on our compatibility?" He didn't answer me after that.
He didn't.
No, I was very disappointed.
He might
I
have
really
had a
thought,
hair fetish.
I know. I think so. I think he maybe
Yeah.
wanted to run his fingers through my hair. Okay, here's a picture of
Oh,
Anthony. It's just a photo, but it's got him taking a selfie with the TV in the background with Trump standing in front of an American flag on the TV. So there's that kind of.
God,
Oh,
guns, and Trump, Kristen.
that's right. That you have no idea how many profiles say that. Okay, so he's got a sticker that says "Be kind to your mind" on it. That's his sticker on his profile.
Ah, that's really nice.
Here is Alberto. He was 22. He's one of the young ones that reached out
That's
to
hitting you
me.
up.
Yeah. He is in HVAC and he says, "I'm focused and self-centered." That's
And
nice. Self-centered.
self-centered. I'm focused and self-centered.
Like, oh, that's really highly
Oh,
attractive. I
you
love the
don't know
self-centered guys.
what that means, right?
No.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Well,
Uh,
we're gonna have to wrap this up.
yeah. Here's the last one. Here's Daniel, 46. He's non-denominational. He said, this is his opening line. "Thought of texting something witty, but my fingers typed, 'Hey there, dazzling.' Guess they have a mind of their own." So I reply, "Hi, Daniel. That's a shame, because 'hey there, dazzling' sounds very generic and insincere. And saying your fingers have a mind of their own sounds rapey. Gross all around." Just gross.
Gross all around. Did you get a response to that?
Yeah, he said it was just a riz.
Okay. Right.
Okay,
You're
well,
way too
go
old to be using the
riz
word
your
riz.
own jizz, my friend. That's right.
Yeah.
So,
Oh God.
he gone. Yeah.
Well, okay. Now it's very easy for me to see why it's so hard to find someone. Dating apps are
Yeah.
a freaking joke.
Well, maybe if you just start writing that you want to Netflix and chill more, you'll get more hits on your profile. You don't have to. You're hooked up.
I am
But
happily partnered.
You are partnered up. But me, on the other hand,
But
I'm
I did
still
meet him on
swiping through them.
an app,
Yeah. Yeah, you
but
did.
not a Christian app.
Right. Right. All the men that I've ended up actually dating and liking, I met on not Christian apps.
Yeah.
I've never met a single man except the one that I was willing to date, and then he ended up being a convicted sex offender. So there's that. There's that.
Praise God. Well, okay. Be careful out there. No Know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Be safe.
Yeah.
There's some
Ping
creepers.
people. If you're going to meet people, tell friends, send photos
Location.
send photos of the person that you're supposed to be meeting. Yeah. Tell them where you're going to be. Ping them
License
when
plate.
she gets there.
Mm-hmm.
Take a picture of their car, their license plate.
Mm-hmm.
I've taken a picture of them when I've walked up to them. I'm like, hi, click. And then quickly text it to someone.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is
I'm
such
like,
a great
this is
idea.
what he's dressed like on the day that I went missing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, God. Good. All right. Well, this
Okay.
has been lovely. Thank you
Thanks.
so much for this fun
Yeah.
little tour around Christian dating sites. I
Mhm.
highly enjoyed this.
I would love if some of our listeners would reach out and tell us stories of what it might be like for the younger crowd.
Please.
Maybe they're having better
do.
luck, the ones in their 20s, than us in our silver years.
I'm going to talk to my sister.
Time.
She has been on them. I know that.
Okay.
And
all right.
I'm going to try to I'll do a little follow-up next
Okay.
time.
That'd be fantastic.
Well, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for this.
Yeah, good to see you
So
too.
great.
All right, until next week.
All right. Talk to you then.